If Psalm 88 is the prayer of the pitch-black midnight, then Psalm 63 is the cry of the thirsty dawn. It represents a different, yet equally profound, spiritual reality. Not the anguish of God's absence, but the aching desire for his palpable presence. Attributed to David when he was in the wilderness of Judah, a place of physical danger and literal scarcity, this psalm transforms a landscape of lack into a sanctuary of seeking. It begins not with a complaint, but with a confession of need that is also an act of faith. You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. Here, spiritual longing is not a sign of weakness, but the very engine of the soul's journey toward its source. Psalm 63 masterfully maps the progression of a heart that chooses worship as its compass in the desert. David's thirst drives him not to despair, but to memory. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory, he declares. In the absence of current comfort, he recalls past encounters with the divine. This act of remembrance is not mere nostalgia. It is a spiritual discipline that fuels present hope. The psalm then moves from memory to intimate declaration. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. This is the radical reorientation at the psalm's core, the affirmation that God is faithful love, he said, is of greater value than life itself, redefining what true sustenance is. His thirst begins to be satisfied not by the removal of his desert circumstances, but through the deliberate acts of praising, blessing, and holding fast. The imagery of the psalm is deeply physical and sensual. The soul thirsts, the lips praise, hands are lifted. The soul is satisfied as with the richest of foods. The mouth offers praises with joyful lips. This embodies a holistic spirituality where the body participates in the soul's longing and satisfaction. Furthermore, the psalmist describes meditating on God through the watches of the night, suggesting a longing so deep it permeates even his subconscious and sleepless hours. Yet this private devotion blossoms into confident trust regarding his external circumstances. He moves from "I thirst" to a triumphant "You are my help," declaring that his enemies will be defeated, not merely by his own strength, but because he is clinging to God. The satisfaction he finds is active and powerful. It is the deep gladness of soul that becomes his fortress. To engage with Psalm 63 is to be invited into a sacred paradox, to find fullness in acknowledged emptiness. It calls to anyone who feels a restless hunger that the world cannot satisfy, a thirst for meaning, for connection, for something more. It teaches that this thirst is not a flaw to be cured by distractions, but a sacred compass pointing us to our true home. It challenges us to follow its example, to voice our longing, to actively seek through worship and memory, and to trust that in the very act of seeking the living water, our parched souls begin to be quenched. A prayer of longing. God, my God, in the wilderness places of my life, I echo David's cry. My soul thirsts for you, my flesh faints for your presence. Fill my deep hunger for meaning and connection. As I seek you earnestly, let my soul be satisfied as with the richest feast, and let my lips overflow with praise. For your steadfast love is better than life itself. Amen. Subscribe to Holy Newborn for more journeys into sacred longing. Like if your soul is seeking, comment "I thirst" to name your longing. Share this with someone in a wilderness season